All right, welcome back to Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Vinny.
I'm Dylan. I have no idea what this video is about. Vinny was gonna film him telling me something. I don't know what this is. So
Yeah, should be interesting. This is kind of a response to another YouTube video I saw saying that a certain thing was coming, and I want to see what Dylan's thought is when we talk about this. If you enjoy this kind of entertaining stock market content, please consider giving us a like and subscribe below. With that, we'll get to it.
Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks.
All right. You ever seen a picture like this before, Dylan?
in the movie Miracle, yes,
Never seen that movie. I'm not really familiar with it.
it's hockey, and it's one scene when they're all trying to get gas.
Okay, all right. It's set in the 1970s, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's when they won the Olympics.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so kind of interesting. Now, there was a video recently published by a channel called Heresy Financial. Interesting channel. I mean, he talks a lot about economics and that sort of macroeconomic stuff. And he talked a little bit about price controls, potential price controls coming back. Now that we're seeing inflation kind of go crazy, with like a consumer price index of was 5.4% last month. The potential for government intervention has certainly risen. I still think it's unlikely. He said, in his opinion, that they're coming. It's only a matter of time, which was, I thought, interesting. So the last time that price controls were tried in the United States was this, actually, the 1970s. We saw a tripling of per barrel oil price, and the U.S. President Nixon at the time fixed oil price at gasoline price at $1 per gallon, and as a result, you saw just this utter shortage of gasoline. So much so that my mom still loves telling this story about how locally they rationed it based on your license plate. So if your license plate ended in a even number, you got it on certain days of the week. If your license plate ended in an odd number, you could only buy gas on other days of the week. Yeah, I know, right?
Man, this seems like a nightmare. I'm gonna ask a stupid question.
Shoot.
Do we know what a dollar in 1970 is now?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I would have to.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I'd have to tell you exactly that. But it's definitely interesting how much of a result, kind of disturbance in the market we saw as a result of this. So briefly, price controls.
Oh man, it's like $6.50.
Okay, yeah, I mean, so
$6.50 for some gas.
It was pretty high, not gonna lie. So price controls basically is when a government entity enters into the economy or market and sets either a maximum or minimum price on a certain good. We have price controls now, right? We have something called minimum wage. You ever heard of that? Yeah, right. That's a sort of price control.
Okay.
But in the U.S., we really don't see any maximum price controls. We haven't saw it since the 1970s there, basically, with the oil shock. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, we still see some locally, you see rent control and certain really high rent areas in the United States, but on a kind of global, the whole national level, we don't really see kind of price controls like that anymore. But what happens when you institute price controls is you start messing with this. This right here is talking about apartments, but it's just a basic supply demand curve.
Right.
Yeah. So supply increases here as price increases. Demand decreases as price increases there.
Right.
But the market typically will find an equilibrium, right? That's the whole idea.
Yeah, makes sense.
And when you set a maximum price, you force one leg of this down, right? So now you're forcing the price down. What results there is that there's a decrease in supply because it's not economical for some suppliers to produce at a certain price, right? If it costs me $50 a barrel to find and pump up oil, am I going to be willing to even bother doing that if I can only sell my oil for $35 a barrel?
No.
Yeah, right? Doesn't make sense. That's what happens is, so you decrease the number of suppliers in the market, and thereby you create a shortage, because the demand is there at a higher level at certain, specified price, but the supply is no longer there. It results in rationing. That thing I was talking about with the license plates being, only able to buy gas on certain days of the week.
That's insane. That's actually a really clever way to ration.
Yeah. Yeah, that, I mean, I always, I thought it was interesting, but it's very funny what sort of result you have there. The one thing that was funny is I found this one particular article here where they analyzed the 1970s gas shortage, and what they did is they looked at the amount of time that people had to then spend in the line to get the gas, and basically what they found is that if you actually were to consider like the time you're paying for the person, the dollar value of the gas was actually $1.40 a gallon, whereas if I had been able to free flow, it would be like $1.20 a gallon.
Oh, so it was a whole useless thing the entire time?
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. Now, are you saying that we're thinking about doing this again?
I mean, I personally don't see this happening, but there are people out there. Like I said, I respect Heresy Financial. I think he does a good YouTube channel. I just don't think that this is likely to happen. But and I think if it does happen, it's unfortunate because certainly the harm outweighs the benefits, at least in my opinion.
I don't want this to happen at all. This seems like the stupidest thing in the world. Where would this happen? I didn't see the video. Wait, is it for gas?
Yeah, it was just an example of it. I mean, you're seeing oil's up to $75 a barrel right now, but he was just arguing generally. You see that sort of behavior when you see inflation kind of accelerating at like the pace we've seen it.
Okay, so because we have all these crazy things with inflation, we're price control. This is a horrible idea. This is not a good idea.
Yeah,
this is not a good idea.
Yeah, I agree. I just thought it was interesting. I was like, wow. I was like, I didn't even think people were considering this until I saw that video, and I was like, okay, well.
Oh, that's completely terrifying. Because then you're not letting the free market do exactly what it's doing.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Exactly, right? The free market's just the whole intention there is that you deliver the correct amount of goods at like the correct price. So that's how basic supply and demand is supposed to work. I understand things are not that efficient, but in a perfect world, that's what you're striving for.
Yeah, that's problem number one. Problem number two, I personally, people are going to disagree with this. I don't want the government in any way touching this ever. I don't. The less things they touch, the better for me.
Yeah,
I'm going to get chewed out now. There's going to be
really. I hear you. Have you heard about like the toilet paper shortage in Venezuela?
No, is that a thing too? Do they price control it?
Yes.
Oh, that's such a bad idea.
Yeah,
please don't do this.
Gasoline is actually free. The problem is they just never have it.
Oh, that's great. That's a horrible system. Yeah, I really hope this doesn't happen. This is going to be a huge bummer.
Likewise, I was just curious. I wanted to throw this out there and see like what our subscribers kind of thought about it. So let us know down below. We're going to be perusing the comment section of this one, and we'll be curious to see what you guys think about price controls and whether or not they'd be useful and what you think would be targeted. I'm
waiting for someone to comment on how the government's going to help, and then I'm going to get thrown under the bus for saying that.
No, the best.
I don't want
the road to hell is paved with the best intentions, right? Like,
yeah, I don't in any way want that under government control ever. Not a good idea.
Dylan loves his toilet paper.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Insert dude wipes ad.
I love it. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Later.